Okay, this is it. I gotta check one thing right now, but I want to make sure this is it. Okay, I thought the camera stopped working for a sec because you guys know that I'm excited to talk right now. Okay, okay, we're gonna try and make the best out of this. This is a long show. If I miss stuff, I apologize. You can remind me in the comments. Another good reason we have the comment section. It's time to discuss AEW All Out 2022. Oh boy, this is gonna be something, isn't it? Oh boy, but it's all right because I got my way with one of those matches, if you know what I mean. If you know who I back, you know I'm happy about one thing. But okay, let's try to do this. Here we go. Welcome everyone to Taco Polo Talk. I don't say that enough often. It is on a playlist on my channel after all. Support your Apollo from Down, Down, Up, Up. Obviously, today's topic of the day, AEW All Out 2022. Been a good weekend of wrestling, by the way. A great weekend of wrestling. Check stuff out. By the way, I have my NXT Worlds Collide result and review video already out on YouTube. Watch it. I have my Clash at the Castle result and review video already. Watch it, because you are wonderful subscribers. And I don't say this enough, honestly. I don't say it enough. 200 plus here. I've been loving the views I've been getting this weekend. You guys are the best. The best. Let's get back on topic. Okay, I don't want to say this. I really don't want to say this. I feel this way when it comes to AEW pay-per-views with like full capacity arenas. I'm not counting COVID shows. This is probably the worst AEW pay-per-view so far. I know, right? I don't want to have to say that. And it's not for the reasons you might be thinking. No. I loved the wrestling. The wrestling was fantastic. I loved some of the results and storytelling. But here's the thing. I really don't want to say this, but somebody has to, right? Storytelling, long term, can only go so far. Roster members building their way up can only wait so long. This is the AEW pay-per-view where the bookies pussied out. I'm sorry. That is how I feel. 100%. I'm going to be honest and get it off my chest now. There were many a match where the result should have been reversed. You wait so long for people to get to moments like this in wrestling. And it also didn't help that that was the general feeling of the whole weekend. And AEW ended the weekend. Because think about it. We're at Clash of the Castle right now. Okay. Sheamus Gunther. Sheamus doesn't win. Drew Roman. Drew can't win. Even you watch NXT, for example. Tyler Bate couldn't hold on to it, man. Just a lot of fan favorites moving now to AEW that just couldn't do it. And we're going to go into it. But by far, to me, the worst AEW pay-per-view thus far. Not because of the wrestling. I love the wrestling. I love everyone's hard work into this. But you pissed off the fans, including me. So I'm going to be honest, and we're going to try to start this now. Okay, let's get into the results and opinions and etc. And again, apologies if I missed stuff. Buy-in, we had 4 matches because last second, they had to add another match, didn't they? A AAA Mixed Tag Team Championships up for grabs. The grudge match between Sammy Guevara and, what's her name, Ty Leno now? Mello, I think. Ty Mello taking on Ortiz and Ruby Soho. And once I saw this come up, I told myself, this is just going to be another match where Ruby Soho's not going to get her due in AEW. And lo and behold, I was right. We started with a bit of a piss me off. Except the thing is, I really like how we did start the buy-in with the go-kart nonsense with Guevara again. That was good. That was good. I love that we started with that stuff and not talking. Then we get to the match, and it was okay. It was okay. Sammy and Ty still playing their, love, kissing, all the tongue, etc. during, like, so much of the wrestling. But then it was the expected shenanigans of Anna Jay, and eventually that just cost it. And Sammy and Ty were able to retain. And yeah, here's the thing. I'm not mad about this making the show. It was a good little match for the buy-in, but I'm just not impressed that Ruby Soho lost another match that could have made her look bigger in AEW. Not smart. Just not smart at all. At all. Not impressed. I've been saying this, I think, since the Owen Hart Cup finals loss. Like, that was just the final straw of, so, all right, Ruby's not going to do anything in AEW. It's sad. Her and Ember Moon, a.k.a. Athena, in my opinion, need to contact Triple H. We'll get to things, though. But in terms of predictions, that's one for me on the board. By the way, spoilers, this was not my best weekend for predictions. We'll get to it. Next up, Hook beating Angelo Parker. I finally remembered his name for the FTW Championship. This was actually more of a match than I thought it was going to be. I thought this was going to be maybe 10 seconds. But no, they had a little match. And then, of course, Hook came back and crushed him. Parker tapping almost instantly to Red Rum. Strangely enough, I guess one of Hook's buddies was in the crowd. I can't really remember the connection. Someone maybe who does his music or like training otherwise. I just don't remember the connection. Came in and decided to help him when it looked like Hook was going to get taken down by the both Parker and Daddy Magic after the match. That was good. Fun stuff. Moving on. This one I'm lucky to call. Very lucky to call. The All-Atlantic Championship match. Pac and the returning Kip Sabian. This match was fine. Yep. Not too much invested in this match. It was okay. It was okay, but I guess Pac finally just had enough. He stomped the heck out of Sabian. Black Arrow, 1, 2, 3, which was the finish I was expecting, so I'm not really sure why I have a complaining vibe. I just wanted more out of this match is all. I thought it would get more, so to speak. But there was more. There was more because Orange Cassidy decided to come out, and Pac just didn't want any of that. And by the sound of it, it looks like we're getting a trios match on Dynamite this coming week. Pac, Death Triangle, I believe, taking on Orange Cassidy and the Best Friends. So, hey, I am down for another Orange Cassidy-Pac match. Good stuff. As far as Sabian goes, I just didn't think he'd win the championship. I know it's been a while since we've seen him in an AEW ring. I just didn't buy it, and I was right not to buy it. He yelled at his box after the match, and it looks like he's going to be doing the Al Snow gimmick for a bit. So we'll see how that works. Has potential. Then we wrap up the buy-in with a perfect call for me on the buy-in, which I'm happy about. Mr. Kingston, Mr. Ishii, just decided to outdo Walter and Sheamus because they destroyed each other's chests. This was as physical as it gets. And every time I thought Kingston had it won. No, he just couldn't beat Ishii. It took 2 backhands and finally some kind of driver. 1, 2, 3, Kingston does it. Tried to show some respect after the match, but Ishii did not want much of it. We'll see if we get a third match between the two. I'm all up for it. They really just tried to outdo what Sheamus and Walter did. They just destroyed each other. It was very entertaining. Now to the main match. I was very confused, but we kicked off with the Casino Ladder match for a shot at the AEW World Championship. I believe it was Yuta who started with, don't tell me, Phoenix. Pretty sure it was Phoenix and Yuta that started, followed up by, okay, now I'm forgetting. Who came out after? I think it was Rush, and then Andrade, and then Dante, I think Swiss, and then Dante, and then Pentagon, and they were tearing the house down. This was good stuff. This was good stuff. Crazy ladder bumps, table spots. This is what I expected. But then we pulled the swerve. A bunch of masked men came out before the Joker could. They took everybody out. One of them climbed the ladder, got the chip. It turned out to be Stokely Hathaway, a.k.a. Malcolm Bivens. And all the other masked men were his boys. So here's the thing. I was wrong about Morrissey being the Joker, but I was right that he showed up. But I was right about the Joker winning the match. So, gonna give myself a little pat in the back for that one. Because the Joker was not out yet. Stokely and his boys. Sorry, gotta get used to that name. Stokely and his boys. Stokely had the chip, but he wasn't giving it to any of the boys. And then the clock started, and then everyone's wondering, who's the Joker? This very interesting music played. Very familiar music. I'm not going to mention it. Go watch it. A masked man, devilish Joker, as you will, with a very similar walk and strut, decided to come out. Stokely gave him the chip, told him to ring the bell. Justin Roberts gave a hilarious winner announcement just because he didn't know what was going on. He plays it so well. And right when it looked like the Joker was going to unmask, told the crowd no, got the booze. And that was it. The Joker won, and it was a joke. A complete joke. But here's the thing, didn't disagree with this, and it's actually not because of who it turned out to be, because things work out. It was actually because AEW does a ton of casino matches. Why not screw around with one every now and then? You can afford to. You can afford to, without a doubt. I didn't have a problem with this. They've had tons of other casino matches that end in amazing ways. This was not one of them, but we'll get to it much later. Thanks for hanging in there. Let me know how you think I'm reviewing so far. What are you agreeing with and disagreeing with? Because we're going to get into stuff. Because now we come to the point where the win was knocked out of me completely. The Trios Championship Finals, the Elite, Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks taking on Hangman Adam Page and the Dark Order's John Silver and Alex Reynolds. Right? Alex Reynolds, yeah. Great match. Fantastic match. Loved it. Loved it. Loved the match. Wrestling was spot on, and oh my gosh, those near falls on Omega that Silver had, just amazing. There were two that I thought it was over. Come 100% complete. And then we did what I was worried about once Hangman was added to this team. Went for the buckshot lariat. He hit Silver instead, and then Omega fell on Silver while the Bucks were holding Hangman down, and the Elite won the titles. And I'm not mad about the Elite winning the titles. I am sick of Adam Page and the Dark Order stuff. I'm a BT fan, and the way things were presented to me the last while, I had a lot of hope that the Dark Order were going to get their moment here. And it would have been well-deserved. Really well-deserved. I had my doubts with Hangman being on the team, and lo and behold, I was right about those doubts. The Elite took it. So, congrats to Kenny Omega. Congrats to the Young Bucks. You didn't need it, though. Yeah, just more guys that didn't need it in a huge growing roster. And this would have been better for the Dark Order. If the Dark Order eventually win those championships, I'll be happy for that. Definitely. This will right the wrong. But it needs to be, not in another 2 or 3 years of building. This was one of the matches that, I will say it, booking pussied out of. This was the Dark Order's to take. They didn't take it. Not going to be done with that either. Next up, okay, this one not so much of a surprise in the result, but oh Lord, what was that match time? And that won't be the last time we'll be bringing that up, but here we go. Athena and Jade Cargill, both with unique entrances and attires of their own, I think got 5 minutes. I think. You're telling me we've been booking this for, months now? And that was it. It was pretty short and not impressive, mind you. Athena just decided to hit the Eclipse straightaways, and Cargill did kick out of it. Athena took some aggression out on the baddies. And what I thought for a second, I actually thought I was going to get my finish, because she went for the Eclipse again, and Jade caught her going for the Glam Slam, but didn't connect. And the way the match went, I really wish that would have just been the finish then, if it was going to be. Because it was only a few minutes later when Jade caught a boot on Athena and then just hit the Glam Slam anyway and pinned her. Pathetic. I cannot believe how off the rails this one went. Because there was so much hype when Athena came in for this match, and then they waited and did not much with it and brought it here and gave it 5-7 minutes. Good thing Jade didn't lose, though, still, because, oh boy, her streak looks like trash after this, and that can easily be fixed. Athena, however, cannot. So when I said her and Ruby should think about talking to Triple H again, I meant it. Sorry, this wasn't good. This wasn't good, AEW. Nope. Back on the good rail, though, Wardlow, FTR, taking on the Motor City Machine Guns and Jay Lethal was a good match. Was what it needed to be. I was wrong about the result, but it makes all the sense in the world because the crowd definitely needed a good pop like this, and also because I believe, what's his name again? Yeah, Dax Harwood, I think it was his daughter, came out and decided to pin Sanjay Dutt after the match, and that was good. Yeah, no complaints with this. This was fun. This was good, senseless fun. Nice to see the Machine Gun show up, get some good credibility here. And as much as I thought Jay Lethal and Wardlow's program was going to continue, I guess not, because after the match, Samoa Joe came back. And that seems to be where things are going again. So, boom. You love to see it. Fun stuff. No complaints with that. Then we did sort of the same problem we did with Athena. Next was Hobbs and Ricky Starks, and oh wow, that wasn't good. It didn't feel like a squash, which maybe would have made it look better. Just Ricky got in some offense, and then it just ended with a spine buster. Yeah, Hobbs won. Hobbs took it. I'm not complaining about that, but oh boy, come on, guys. Ricky's established. Like we're doing hot stuff, right? We could have just done this better. That's the problem. We could have just done this better. Ricky has so much to give that Hobbs can survive and then get the win. But we didn't really do much with either of them. Again, I wasn't impressed. Moving on. Oh boy, okay, yeah, I just remember what's next. Okay, at this point, I was annoyed enough with AEW pussying out of things. Then we had the tag team championship match, and you knew after this that, oh boy, the Dark Order didn't win it. Surely it's time for the Acclaimed. And it was a great match. It was fantastic. It had me going crazy for the spots, man. But you knew whose side the crowd were on. Because when do you hear a crowd boo Keith Lee that much? Especially when still we have Swerve and Lee bumping into each other, taking each other's moves, teasing the split up still. But then no, they won. They won. And the crowd booed, and I booed, and my friends booed. This may have been even worse than the Dark Order losing. The Acclaimed were ready for this, man. By far. AEW pussied out. Just the feel of the pay-per-view. What's really annoying still is how the championships retained for the majority of the show, and we just did a similar vibe with this at Forbidden Door, which was more predictable. I called that whole show, and that was done for the right reasons of things. But this is full AEW. Annoyed. Really annoyed about this. And I can't hide it. I am legitimately frustrated with this booking choice. I wanted the pop. I needed the crowd pop for the Acclaimed winning. And I didn't get it. I needed Dark Order to get their moment. Didn't get it. Those are the two main piss-me-offs. Hopefully now, I think that may be it for my complaints. Big time. But it really did almost ruin the show for me. I'll be honest about that. Keep it going, though. Okay. Better decision made, though. Women's four-way for the interim AEW Women's Championship. Toni Storm, Britt Baker, Hikaru Shida, and, of course, Jamie Hayter. And the crowd was ready for some Hayter. Oh, boy, that was a surprise. I wasn't sure about that, but they could have pulled the trigger there, too. And after a good little match, it looks like Hayter might have it, but then Britt Baker cost her. And then Britt Baker tried to steal it, but Toni Storm got her win. Toni Storm is the new interim AEW Women's Championship. The most predictable of the bunch, but good to see. That's what saved this one. Someone who I feel like people did want to see win in a way. Toni Storm left WWE still not that long ago, came to AEW, and she did it. So that was a good example of moving on up with someone who the people wanted to see get due. And she did it. I liked it. Good stuff. Then, by far my favorite part of the whole show, debatably the whole weekend, it's a toss-up between this and Broken Dreams for me. Christian Cage and Jungle Boy. You would think after a lot of these results, one of those baby faces we've been seeing a lot would really get it. But hey, I didn't predict that. I picked Christian Cage. You guys know that. I'll be predicting him to win every pay-per-view match until he's done. He came out. Jungle Boy's family was in the crowd, and I believe his mother slapped the heck out of Christian. And then Jungle Boy came out ready, but he decided to look back at the entranceway because he wanted to bring out Luchasaurus. Interestingly enough, Luchasaurus was out, but he came from the heel way. And he chokeslammed Jungle Boy off of the entranceway into the grating. There you go. Luchasaurus was with Christian Cage all along, and this was done pretty perfectly. This was so much more unexpected than him coming out and turning halfway during the match. I like this. This is the thing. One thing I'll say about wrestling that's done well, they have had heel turns not done in the traditional way. Dominic's heel turn was not expected because of the match finishing, and Luchasaurus was not because the match hadn't even started. That was good. Jungle Boy then got put through a table, thrown back in the ring, the bell rang. He did kick out of the spear, but not the unprettier after Christian blowed a kiss to Jungle Boy's mom and pinned him, and that was the match. Oh, it felt so good to see my guy get that big one. All by himself, mind you. Clean as a whistle. Christian Cage doing it for those Canadian peeps. And I love it. This is going to continue. This didn't have a reason to end tonight. This storyline makes sense for what we got. Because you know the end result is going to be Jungle Boy tapping out Christian Cage. But not tonight. Not tonight. Not tonight. It was fantastically well done. And I love to see Christian Cage looking like the mega heel star he is. Speaking of mega heel stars, we're not there yet though, are we? But this was fantastic. Oh, fantastic. Speaking of fantastic, this one hit home for me a bit though. Jericho and Danielson. This was a great match. Honestly, these two put in real time and effort to give us a great wrestling match. And the finish made sense. I was wrong. I finally got a Jericho match wrong in AEW. I thought Garcia would be getting a little bit more involved in this and try to stop Jericho from cheating. But no, Jericho, after a phenomenal match, got the low blow on Danielson without the referee seeing it, and a Judas effect for the win. I guess just because Moxley's kicked out of it doesn't mean anyone else is going to yet. Jericho wins. Garcia was disappointed, and Jericho followed up with that being disappointed in Garcia's opinion, and he said that I believe none of the Appreciation Society are going to be at ringside or backing him up because Garcia has a Ring of Honor Pure Championship coming up this Wednesday against Yuta. I have a feeling Jericho might screw Garcia in this match. But yeah, I was surprised. I thought Danielson would be getting back in the groove of things with this and getting a big win, but no, Jericho wins it. And I think, does that mean he's still undefeated at All Out? I'm trying to remember what he did at 2020 All Out again. For some reason, I'm struggling with that. Oh, wait, was that Orange Cassidy? I might be wrong then. About that. Because I'm pretty sure Cassidy won that one. But still, a win for Jericho that I wasn't expecting. So, there you go. My little AEW streak is sadly over. But a lot didn't go right for me. Whether I'm surprised pleasantly or legitimately frustrated with like, for example, the Acclaim losing, Dark Order losing. But still, it all came together for me when Christian Cage won the way he did. That was my present with AEW. Almost done this video, though. Hang in there. House of Black versus Miro, Darby, Sting. My prediction immediately went out the window when I saw Sting came out with full face paint again, not the mark that Malachi gave him. I knew, okay, no, I'm wrong. Sting's staying undefeated. And it was a good match, too. This was very potential-wise. All I know out of this, I want to see Darby Allin versus Buddy Matthews. I want to see that match, like pronto. After some teasing, a lot of teasing, mind you, it looked like Malachi was going to get a clean shot to Sting, but Sting surprised him with his own mist, and Darby got his little fancy pin on him. Darby Allin pins Malachi Black to win it for the team. There you go. Sting remains undefeated. Darby Allin looks good. But House of Black lose again. I can see why Malachi asked for his release. That's all I can say. I'm not as frustrated with this one, maybe because I've just grown accustomed to House of Black losing a lot. But, would it look good? Would it look good for a win here? Main event time, Jon Moxley, CM Punk. This was good, fun match. Frustrating way to get here for some fans, including me a little bit, but I enjoyed this match, especially when Punk hit the go to sleep early, and I was very concerned. Are we just going to squash Moxley? But nope. No, we kept it going with a lot of blood, sweat, and tears. CM Punk wins his second AEW World Championship until the lights went out. A voicemail was played, presumably Tony Khan, bringing back the devil himself, the Joker, the winner of the Casino Ladder match, the man who has a shot at the World Championship, MJF. He took off the mask, put the scarf around, came out with his music, yelled at Punk, and the show ended. CM Punk is back with his MJF feud. MJF is back in AEW. We will see how long we have to wait for this. But this was well done. This was well done, and the crowd popped for it. So at least I can say one thing. The crowd were sent home happy. In conclusion, All Out ended on good notes, but it was a very frustrating show when it came to booking. I can see more point to CM Punk's, shots when it comes to the press conference after the media scrum and just things blowing up more. I feel like people have to face it. The AEW fairy tale is ending, and things are sort of crumbling. I'm not sure what's going to happen. I'm just really glad that Triple H is back in control of WWE, and I'm really enjoying Raw right now because don't know. But that's it. That is it for the weekend, guys. I'm exhausted, but I had to give you my scoop of everything. Let me know what you agreed and disagreed with. Like, share, subscribe, and what are you most looking forward to in the next bit? I'll see you guys probably not until October. Probably not until then. So, thanks for the fun, y'all. It was a great weekend of wrestling. We can't deny that. It was a great weekend of wrestling. Keep it real.